Change it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Rob, did you want to finish on
what?
What was he talking about?
He said the Bible contradicts itself.
Yes, the Bible contradicting itself.
You're saying, is it barbaric?
Yeah.
And where it says, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and all that. So in other words, you fucking kill someone, kill you, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's turn the other cheek. So that's like, okay, you killed someone, but we'll let you live.
What you got to remember, those were the rules before Jesus came along. That's the Second Testament. So the First Testament of the Bible was all wrath. You know what I mean?
So what you're saying is God got it wrong?
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
What are you implying?
What the Bible is that there's the First Testament, and then when the moment Jesus comes along, is that start of the Bible is the Second Testament. So the Second Testament is basically turn the other cheek, and love thy neighbor. And
isn't Jesus and God the same person, though?
Yes. But
so
because he died...
Is this not a contradiction?
No, I'm not that intelligent to answer these questions. It might be a good one when we get Mr. Priest down.
Yeah, mate.
That would be brilliant, actually. And but what it was, the Old Testament is like wrath of God. Eye for an eye. You fuck with me, I'm going to kill you. And then the Second Testament was love thy neighbor, peace and harmony. If man slaps you, turn the other cheek. You're bigger than that, and so on. So the rules changed. We'll have to ask the priest why the rules changed.
There's a time and a place, isn't there, for retaliation, right?
Yeah. I agree.
That geezer that went nutty, that young fella that went nutty the other week with them girls, right? That fucker needs to go. Don't put him down as mental health.
Which one?
When them girls got all cut up in that dance.
Oh, yeah.
You're a bank of rights, mate. You can't deny you've done what you've done. You got to go.
So they
bring that back. Them fucking dickheads will stop chucking knives about.
Yeah.
Right? That'll happen. Because if it's like, no fucking about, you're going to get fucking done.
But is there certain circumstances that could get them up? I mean, yeah.
No.
So
right from wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah? And I know it's harsh. God forbid, I don't want to see anyone go through that. But, mate, if it was your own kid that went nutty like that, I know you'd want them. Oh, that's your kid. But ultimately, you've just gone and killed a load of women, load of girls, right, load of kids. It doesn't matter who it is. You've just done that. How can? And it's not a question of I didn't do it. You're being fitted up. This is where it gets a bit fucking.
It's just that the society that we live in, they try to give it that we're civilized, and they feel that reform is better than punishment in that way. Because it's such a sick crime. There must be something mentally wrong with this. So we've got to try and fix this person. So why are you going to let him out on the streets again? If he's done all that, shouldn't it be in prison for life? If you're not going to murder, if you're not going to execute them, should they be in prison for life? Because the way their mind is inclined is to commit these sick crimes. If you let him out in society again, is he not going to do this again? Are you going to trust that person not to do it?
What's the point of prison for life?
What is the point? I don't
see
that
one, because you might as well just kill them.
Yes, but I think it's the point of that is to suffer, to make them suffer.
So then instead of that, why don't you do testing on them?
Pardon?
Test on them. Paedophiles and all that, right? Instead of letting them back in society, test on them. Don't test on animals. Test on them fucking cretins.
Mate.
Do you know what I mean?
I
give that cunt cancer, right? And test on him. If that drug works on him, brilliant. Give him something else and test on him again. Because you've just murdered and touched the kid.
Mate, look, these people, they shouldn't they shouldn't be let in society for a start, because them intentions are there. And so, you know what I mean? And they can just they've had therapy for 15, 20, 30 years in prison. Firstly, if they've been in prison that long, they are no longer accustomed to society. They've been institutionalized. So their mentality is like, They will do a crime just so they can go back in because they feel naked for a start in the world, in the big world. You know, they'll have their opportunities to commit their crimes, but they don't care because they want to go back to prison. And they want to be that security. They know everybody in prison. They got mates in prison. They know they like the food. When you spent them years in that environment, you're a changed person. You can't. It's difficult to integrate back into society again. You know, it's difficult. So, I agree, and it depends on the degree of crime.
It depends where you draw the line.
Yeah.
What determines
death
and not, and how sure are you? Because, you know, like people that are wrongly convicted of these massive things, and they've been in prison for like 20, 30 years, and it's like, oh, by the way, it's come out that, you're actually innocent, so sorry about that, mate. Off you fucking trot. Yeah. He would have been dead.
Yeah, but how many?
So it's not taken away because we know categorically who it was.
But in America, how many wrongly accused young black men have been sentenced? Do you know, just for being black? You know what I mean?
Must be
and there is, you know.
Did you see that about the rap industry?
Yeah, about the record industry,
right?
Only in prisons.
All the rappers, yeah. There was a certain, I can't remember when it was. It was in the 90s, I think. They was all told to invest in certain things and all that, but they was investing in the prisons, and all the rap music started to change because back in the day it was all about dancing and
it was more political, the strife of life.
It was all that, you know. But then it started going all gang related and they'll stab you up, shoot you up, rob this, do that.
Bitches, hoes, money.
Yeah.
You know, and materialistic things.
They wanted the young'uns to go down that route so they could push them in these private prisons. No. And there was, I forget the geezer's name now, but he was like, didn't want that. He stopped doing what he was doing and come out of the industry and all the rest of it. He said, couldn't do it.
That's where we talked about this last time. Was who was here when we talked about record labels owning prisons? Yeah? You know, they were told to keep them prisons. Basically, the government came to them. Or shall we say, these officials came to these and called a meeting of all these producers of these record companies. You know, you're talking like Sony and Big Boy Records and Death Row Records, and there was a lot of rappers in prison as well at that time. And they said, look, we want to give you these prisons, but you've got to keep them at 95% maximum filled at all times, 95%. Otherwise, we'll take the contract off you. So what these record companies were doing is brainwashing the younger kids to make it the way it is nowadays. To rob, to kill, to maim, to do anything to make money. Because without money, you're nobody. You know, so these kids are growing up, brainwashed. It's to keep, and they're owned by the record companies, right? So the record companies were told, stop making this kind of political music and, you know, like NWA and all those groups, Wu-Tang and so on. And they turned it towards more focus of like bitches, hoes, my money, cars, trainers, you know, gold, diamonds, you know, materialistic bollocks. And they started to churn this type of music out. So when people, you know, there was just a constant flow of black kids brainwashed by music just going into prison because they get paid X amount of money per prisoner. Like you said, 50 grand a year. 50 grand a year times by thousands. And it's probably more. It's probably more now. 50,000. It's more than 50,000. You know, 24-hour security. You know, fed, clean, bathed. You know, clothes. Man, the Sky TV. They got it made. You know, but they're being brainwashed by music. And I know because I grew up in the hip hop era. And the last album I bought was Dr. Dre 2001. After that, music was shit. And it just didn't make sense to me. You know, it's all negative. Proper negative. You know, like black on black crime was just getting worse. You know, and then you, to get street cred, you had to go into prison or shot someone. to go into prison. That's why these stupid dumbass rappers were carrying guns and this, that, P. Diddley did, and all them man there. So, and a lot of crime, a lot of gangsterism within that environment. And it was just like, for me, I just instantly turned off. It wasn't hip-hop anymore. That was the last 2001 Dr. Dre album. Brilliant album. Best last album, that was ever made. But it's designed, the record companies with that kind of music is designed to get more black people, to get people into prison, not just blacks, whites as well, high crime out there. Guys, we've got 4 minutes here, and I wanted to tell you something that I don't know if you've seen it on social media or you haven't. But what are your thoughts of this thing called the Packer? Have you heard of this thing called the Packer? Mark? No one? All right. The Packer is a silicone penis of like a 5-year-old boy. Yeah? Tiny little silicone mold of penis. Like I suppose like a dildo with balls on it, but it's all silicone. And what it's been designed for, and please, I want to hear your views on this, what you think. What it's been designed for is for girls from 5 and under who may feel like boys, for them to wear down their pants at that age so they can feel like a boy.
Fucking world's gone mental, isn't it?
It's called.
First of all, it should be called Pecker, but
it's called the Packer, so the girls can pack out the area.
Yeah,
there.
but it's a little pecker, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And anyway, it's fucking stupid. Man. It's ridiculous. My guys don't know what's going on.
But this is what I mean. The kids don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Right.
It's like this father online at the moment. He's picked up his son, and his son's telling him, "I'm a girl, daddy." It's like, what? Who told you that? Mummy told me. His own mother is trying to convert him into a little girl. Fuck. Who's fucking up whose mind here? What is happening? Like I said, I don't care about trans adults. You're adults. You're doing what you're doing, fine. But it's always my issue has been with the children. What are you giving a fucking little girl? This is designed for 5 years and... the Packer for 5 and under 5 years old.
How's
and under.
Spelled?
PA.
Yeah.
As far as I know, PACKER. Packer.
The thing is, they're going to just think it's normal. At that age, they're very malleable, their minds. And they're going to think it's normal, and they're just going to go along with...
whatever mummy and daddy say.
Yeah, whoever people in... that's normal. People in the schools and stuff would be like, oh, they know about it or whatever. They must do, right? Or whoever.
It's just...
like it's a normal thing, and like because the kid could be running around, it could fall out or something, and
that's why it's silicone, so it sticks around down there. I mean, the lady that was doing it was on TikTok, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You're gonna get a rash just for fucking having a silicone thing there. It's not designed to be that. Like
I don't know what the fuck it's. This world is being designed to fuck people's minds up, especially kids.
It's saying about. It's saying about a 5-inch Packer.
Yeah. It's about that big.
5 inch is not that big, mate. I'll tell you that.
Made from silicon
it's
or
about
foam.
that big with the balls.
I'll tell you what, I've got a 20 inch if that's fucking 5 inch. Jesus Christ.
Hang on. 6
It's
inch.
meant to
that's about
mimic
inch,
the nature of a
that's a bit
flaccid
big.
penis.
No, that's about an inch.
Perfect for transmasculine people. There it is there.
Yeah, let me see.
Little.
Yeah, little thing like that, and but it's been designed especially for 5-year-old girls and under that to be used. So what kind of fucking like I said,
and under.
Yeah, and this
That's
is what I
even
didn't
worse
get. Yeah, I'm not getting it, man. It's like vegetarian pets. The owners try to make their pets vegetarian. The pets don't want to know. You're forcing unnatural behavior and ideology on these kids. Let them be kids, man, and decide what they are when they're at an age. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of this for this evening. We'd love to have you back again next week. Take care.